It's time for Focus Forward, sponsored by Invest Grand Bahama. It's Grand Bahama's best talk show, highlighting all of the positive things happening in Freeport.
Look forward to our special guests each week that will tell you about events, activities, and initiatives that are making a remarkable impact on our community.
You'll also hear from local business owners and get a heads up on deals and special promotions. It's time to Focus Forward. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Grand Bahama's Best Talk Show, Focus Forward, sponsored by the Invest Grand Bahama unit of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. I'm Glendia Sweeting, manager at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and I am joined by my co-host, Ms. Alex Thompson, Director of Public Affairs at the Downtown Freeport Business Association. Alex, how are you today?
The last part of the title is the best association in Grand Bahama, in the city of Freeport, just so you know. But I'm doing fantastic.
I want to put you on the hot seat. What is the Downtown Freeport Business Association doing right now?
What the Downtown Freeport Business Association is doing right now, we are preparing for our social season for the end of the year. So we're getting ready, and we are in the planning stages of our events that we have going on. Our Freeport Flash Friday, our Midnight Madness. We got stuff going on.
Okay, I just was checking because you keep taunting this association, so I would really love to know what's happening. And perhaps around that time, we'll hear from some of the other members, and they can tell us about what's happening in
you should
downtown.
have a show with just our board members. A whole show.
We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But we'll see how things go. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. As always, it's great to be in your company. And of course, we always want to be able to bring you with lots of good information, things that you can use and things that you can share. And of course, today is no different, because today we're going to be talking about the Grand Bahama Port Authority's Business Retention Program. There was a recent launch, and so it's lots for you to be able to learn about. And of course, we have some wonderful guests that are in the room, and we're going to talk with them in just a moment. But Alex, let them know how they can find us.
As usual, we are everywhere. But what you want to do is go ahead to our Facebook page, to Invest Grand Bahama Facebook page, and you'll be able to see all the different stations that we're on, that you can watch us, and the times, because we're on all the time. Of course, you're right now watching us live on Facebook, and then you can also watch us later this evening on ZNS, and you can also listen to us on Dove and also on the Rhythm and other stations. And if you want to have an opportunity to be on this show and you are a licensee in the city of Freeport, all you have to do is send us an email that says, I want to be on Focus Forward, to info@gbpa.com, and you will have an opportunity to be on this show to let the world know what it is that you have to offer.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Alex. So let's move right into the segment, because there's lots to talk about, a lot of information, and I believe this is really, really good for our licensees and those potential licensees that just really need to know about some of the things that we're doing here within the Business Development Department and Invest Grand Bahama. So the Business Retention Program, I really want to gain a deep understanding, a comprehensive understanding.
It's a big word, big word like cow, but let's break it down like mosquito. You know, what does business retention really mean?
So we're going to talk about that, and we want to hear about that. So at this time, it is a pleasure to welcome this lady. You know, I always give the same introduction, but what else can you say? Every time this person comes to the Focus Forward Roundtable, we are learning more and more about business, what's happening within the city of Freeport, how the GBPA is moving in business, what's happening with all of our small businesses and things that's on the ground. So certainly, every time she comes, it's something big. And today is no different. Mrs. LaShawn Dames, Business Development Manager in the Business Development Department and Invest Grand Bahama. How are you today?
Bureau.
Yes.
Okay, so you wear plenty hats. You wear
Lots of hats.
A few of them.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
And who else we have on?
And
on the
of
show
course, we have another lady. We had her before as well, you know. She co-hosted with me earlier this year.
today? Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
we were at Dolly
Yeah.
Madison. Yes. And
remember
I really enjoyed her time. Alex, like, you don't know how much I enjoyed her being my co-host. So we want to welcome back to the show this beautiful lady that was my co-host a few weeks ago, but she is actually the Business Retention Officer in the Business Development Department, and she works along with Invest Grand Bahama. Ms. Claudine Pinder, welcome back.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Certainly a pleasure to have you guys now.
You're too far from me, and you know I usually like people on the hot seat a little closer because you got a title. And I think I kind of understand what the title means.
Okay.
But you'll break it down for our listeners and our viewers.
Absolutely.
So that I can see just how much of these hot box questions I have I can ask you today.
All right. Bring it on.
So
I'm ready.
we will see how it goes. Bring it on, right? So Ms. Dames, if we can start with you, just provide us an overview of the business retention program. Give us a general understanding, and then we're going to dig a little deeper
missed your favorite
a little
word.
later on. Context. Give us
Context.
some
Okay, so of course we know context is everything, right? So the Business Retention Program is a business support initiative of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and it is led by the Invest Grand Bahama Unit, which is the investment promotion and economic development arm of the Port Authority. So we are responsible for investment promotion, for business attraction, and to facilitate the setup of businesses within the city of Freeport. So that's just that part in a nutshell of Invest Grand Bahama and the role we play in all of this. The Business Retention Program was really created to support licensees in their success. So we are, through this program, we are providing the tools, the resources, the guidance to help them remain resilient and competitive in Grand Bahama's dynamic marketplace, right? We work with them. It could be in times of challenges, like for example, during the pandemic, we would have had a lot of businesses that needed to navigate that. And so the services are geared to how they can promote their business, how maybe it's some of the training, maybe it's some of the funding and support, so things of that nature. In looking at from the context of everything that's going on in Grand Bahama right now, in terms of that more than $2 billion worth of investment, we are working with licensees to see how we can create partnerships, collaboration, because when you think of the numbers that these projects are going to bring in terms of the transient population, the tourists that are coming in and out, no one business can accommodate and facilitate the needs of those numbers, right? So this program is to help businesses where they can expand and grow. We give them the tools and the resources to do so. Where there needs to be some partnerships so that we can create more offerings, offer something different and new, we help to support them in those areas.
Okay, so I got a three-part question for you.
Oh, great gosh.
Oh, Lord, that's the whole
all,
show, Alex.
Right. All right, first of all, that sounds like a lot of consultative work and a lot of hand-holding. Is it free?
It is absolutely free.
Okay, that's the first thing.
It is free.
So who designed this program? I mean, like, who designed it? Who was involved in the creation? Who thought about this?
All right, so this program, like I said, is being led by the Invest Grand Bahama Unit. And the Chief Investment Officer, Mr. Derek Newbold, so he would have been the mastermind behind a lot of this. And then, of course, it's always a collaboration with the team. Everyone gives their guidance and their input. But the thought was, especially as we went through the pandemic and coming out of the pandemic, it was, some of our licensees hit some bumps in the road. And so how can we support them so that should we experience a time like this again, how can we have those things ready to go and on the table? We can say, hey, look, how are you doing? How are things going in terms of business, right? We have a business wellness checkup, and I'll let Mrs. Pinder, who is the officer, she's the business retention officer responsible for all of the activities that are going on with this program. And so, she's checking in with our licensees, seeing how they're doing, if there is any type of specific training or support service that we can offer. Because, in Invest Grand Bahama, we offer a variety of services in terms of business support, whether it's marketing and promotion, whether it is training and education. We have where we invite them to come and be a guest on Focus Forward. We have the business. So there's a lot that goes on. So she's going to be helping to guide licensees through any process that they may have. But this program was developed by the Invest Grand Bahama Unit, and it was created to support the success of licensees.
So let me understand. Break it down very quickly. Because I have lots of questions
Yes.
for Claudine.
This is not the Alex show.
So what you're saying to me is that Mr. Newbert was sitting in his office and thought, oh, some of these businesses are really having a challenge during the pandemic. We need to find a way that we can help them so they can stay in business?
Yes, but a little bit further. It's not just about challenged businesses. It's about helping businesses reach their full potential, right? And so with everything, and you guys have had Mr. Noble where he's shared the investment map, and we know the carnival projects. We see what's going on at the shipyard. We know that the redevelopment of Freeport Harbor. So many projects that are on the table. How can we not only work with the licensees that we already have, but attract new licensees to take advantage of the opportunities that are here?
Now, this program was launched very recently.
Thank you for touching on that.
Yes.
See, she's got questions too.
See there?
Lots of questions,
Okay.
yes.
So just last week, our customer relations department, headed by Mrs. Nicole Colbrook, and let's give a shout out to her. She's an amazing lady, and she's always thinking of ways that she can connect and engage with licensees, right? So her department would have hosted their Welcome to the GBPA Family event, and it was held at the Pelican Bay. And of course, Claudine would have been a part of that. But it was really to welcome the new licensees that are coming into business. It was a networking event. So you got to meet different businesses, exchange contacts, talk, chat, share ideas on how they can get together and do some things together. You know, because the licensee community works because we support one another, right? And so the initiative was officially unveiled at the Welcome to the Family event, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
So, Ms. Pinder, if we could just jump over to you for just a moment. Tell us a little bit about how do you go about identifying and reaching out to these businesses?
Well, one part of business retention is called the Business Wellness Check. And with this initiative, I personally visit various locations, various businesses, and simply have a conversation with them. And the purpose of that visit is to inquire the health of the business. What is going on? How is it happening? And it doesn't mean it just has to be a challenged business. We're targeting all of our licensees. So no one is exempted. Once I can get an appointment to see those not so accessible business persons, by all means, I'm there. So it's really an initiative, like I said, to get to the root cause of what's going on in the business, because based on what's going on, then we can know how to navigate further, how we're going to create policies, introduce new initiatives that can, of course, assist licensees. So we target every business. So once we do the wellness check, there you have it.
So I know that sorry, Alex, because she wanted to go back to the Alex show for a second. But I just have a quick question. So Ms. Dames made it very clear that it's not just about challenged businesses.
Right.
It's all businesses. It's a wider vision. But what are some of the things that you would have found when you do your wellness checks? I can imagine some businesses may have some things in common. What are some of the things that you would have found when you would have spoken with those businesses?
Well, I'll be honest, one of the main things that I would have heard from licensees would have been reference to grant fundings. Everyone wants to know, how can I get some money? And of course, not every business has a financial challenge. So what we were doing was, once they identified finance as an issue, we then recommend them to our finance department, which can work along with them to perhaps implement some sort of payment plan to kind of ease the burden of having to come up with that full license fee for the entire year. So that was one of the options that that I would have noticed that was kind of like at the forefront. Another one of the issues that I would have faced while on Business Wellness Check was that persons felt that they weren't getting noticed enough. So of course, that was my opportunity then to recommend and introduce to those that may not have known this awesome show that is going on right now.
Is that called Focus Forward?
It's an awesome show.
Yes. So a lot of those persons then would have had an opportunity, and I'm working currently with them to bring them on the show so that they can have that exposure. Additionally, we would have conducted several business segments of the week that would allow, again, another opportunity for the businesses to be known, so people know who you are, know where you are, what you're doing. So that is our way of supporting our licensees.
And let's just stick a plug inside there for those business segments of the week, right? So Thursdays, while the show is going on Saturday nights at 8 o'clock, those new business segment of the week videos come out at that time. So if you are a licensee and you are wanting to have the opportunity to be able to just have your business segment of the week done, these are the folks that you need to talk to. And of course, when you watch Focus Forward, then you watch the business segment of the week. So, you know, I think it all works out.
Free.
It's absolutely
Let's
free.
not forget that. It's absolutely
Right.
free to have a
Absolutely free.
commercial done,
Yes.
A
packaged,
top quality.
Yes.
top quality commercial done for free, package that you can not only use for the business of the week, but
Right.
you can use it and
otherwise.
distribute it anywhere and anyhow.
I was going to say, as a matter of fact, we are introducing another segment. So instead of one on Thursday, we're considering the possibility of expanding to two. So that's
That is a
more
great
coverage
deal.
for our
More
licensee.
coverage.
Yes.
So you
And they
start
don't have to pay for it.
all free.
Yes. Amazing.
They have to come on Focus Forward
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Now, Claudine, you touched on some of the resources, some of the things that you do. Now that you've been out and you're starting this, do you have any success stories? Do you have any instances or situations that you've come into the buildings, you've done a wellness check, and you've implemented some things or extended some of the initiative to these persons?
Well, this the retention program is still in its infancy stage, but I'll tell you, we've still had some level of success in that when we actually go out, we find that persons just regular basic licensing procedures they're not aware of, they're not sure how to go about it. So I'm able to guide them with all the correct information the first time that they need. And that's pretty much what retention is. I'm literally the advocate, your advocate, the licensee's advocate within the Port Authority. So you don't have to ask your sister, you don't have to ask your aunt. You know, we have a designated unit within Invest Grand Bahama Arm to be able to assist with the questions, to be able to assist with queries, to guide you within the process that, you know, that you're inquiring about.
So I'm sure people are thinking, because I am biased, that this may just be for downtown. But obviously,
No, only you. Only you. I think.
but
Go
obviously,
girl, go
this,
girl.
but obviously, this is for all of the licensees.
Correct.
Every license.
And so I know you're saying that, you know, you would have, people just have some different policies, some licensing issues.
Right.
Have you found any pushback? Have you felt that people, when you go into some of these businesses where they're not doing so well, that they're like, okay, what do you want? How are you going to help? Did you find any of that, or were they more welcoming and open to you coming in?
Well, I'll tell you this, they were very excited to have the presence of the GBPA in-house with them. Persons were overjoyed, really, and they were happy to have the opportunity to voice their concern. They was happy that someone was there to actually listen, to hear what I have to say, even though I'm just, as they would deem it, a small business. So to us, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter the
No,
size.
it doesn't matter. The reality is we're here to support businesses and licensees of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and we're doing just that.
What
through
I
this
like about that
unit.
is it brings a real human feel to business.
Yes.
And a lot of times people only think about us when it's time to come in to pay a license
Right.
fee
Right.
or, you know, come into the office to do something else. But when you have someone coming and visiting you and you get
Right.
to sit and chat with them, you're not rushed, you have an opportunity to have a good conversation,
Right.
express your concerns, share ideas.
Right.
I love that. And I think that is what GBPA has been now for several years. It's just that we just have so many persons that we have to get to.
Right.
So now that the retention program is in place,
Yes.
and you guys are doing so well already, you know, hitting the ground running.
Right.
That is some great stuff. Now, Ms. Dames, I just want to come back over to you because we're hearing about all of this good stuff, and I know we're going to talk about the benefits and that sort of thing. But how do we determine whether this program has now become a success over time? What are some of the things that business development is saying, listen, these are our objectives and this is what we want to do? How do we do that?
Okay, so this is a really good question, and touching on it is important because even though the official program was just launched last week during the Welcome to the Family event. There's been some work that's been happening behind the scenes in preparation for it. And we do have the key measurables that we are going to be watching for in terms of licensee participation. So for example, we've always done the training and education initiatives. You know, we've worked with grant funding to support licensees. So what we're looking for over time is one, a reduction in licensees that may not that go out of business, right? So we're looking to slow churn rates. We're looking for increased number in licensees. We are looking for, like for example, you know, you get your license fee notice that says, okay, the payment is due in March, but you ain't coming in until the next 6-8 months, right? Right. So it's about creating this environment where everyone is succeeding, because the success of our licensees means the success of GBPA as well, right? When we reach out to licensees to say, hey, you know, we're doing this particular initiative, whether it's Flash Friday, whether it's Business of the Week, or whatever have you, we always have those licensees. They know their business, but child, they ain't trying to get out and talk, or, you know, when we do the surveys and stuff, it's difficult. We've seen where they are looking for us. They're coming to us and say, hey, I need some of this with my business, right? And when we put out those surveys to say, okay, how can we assist you? What may be some of your challenges? What may be some of the successes? They are willing and open to provide that information. Let us come in, we talk. Claudine mentioned how we're able to get licensees on payment plans and things like that when they are challenged. So one, that increased engagement with our licensees so that we are able to support them better. We get their feedback, and then of course, you know, they are brand ambassadors.
Right.
So all of those things.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So if we could come back to you, Ms. Pinder, let's talk about the benefits. Let's be very frank, because people want to know.
Yes.
If you're going to call me and I'm going to take advantage of this program, what am I going to get?
Okay.
So tell us about that.
So LaShawn would have mentioned earlier about our training initiative. As a matter of fact, right now we have the My Grand Bahama customer service training that's currently open. As a matter of fact, the portal is open. So if persons out there have not yet registered for the upcoming customer service training session, which is being held next week, they can go ahead and register. But to date, we have had more than 600 participants participated in this
Excellent.
customer
That means
service
customer
training.
service in Grand Bahama should be great.
Yes.
The free part, definitely.
Improved, for
No,
sure.
it should be great.
Okay, keep telling us all the benefits we have.
So, in addition to training, of course, we have marketing and promotional activities, and we would have mentioned that by appearance on the Focus Forward show. And then, of course, the Business of the Week segment. So, in addition to that, we have the business exposure opportunities. And I don't know if the viewers perhaps, or I don't know if any viewers was on, but a few weeks ago we would have had a webinar relative to IAPA. And that is an initiative, or that's a trade show rather, that's coming up, I think by next month. So what is happening with that is that we would have had a webinar to inform a contingent of licensees that have interest within the whatever.
The tourism and hospitality
Right.
sector.
So they're taking a contingent of licensees to the IAPA show, which means they're going to get a whole lot of exposure that they weren't initially entitled to.
Well,
Or
you
they-
need to say that well. You said take us.
New ideas.
You said take us.
You will buy your own ticket.
Right. I didn't see. You know, people may not understand exactly what she meant.
Okay, so let me just interject there on the licensee exposure initiatives. So we've done them over the years, and from time to time we will invite our licensees to participate with us at various conferences, trade shows, networking events. So it not only gives them that exposure of seeing what else is going on out there and how they may be able to adapt some of those ideas to be successful in Freeport, it puts them in front of a new audience where they can network and meet new businesses, build and enhance their networks, perhaps create opportunities to collaborate with these these entities that they're meeting, right? In fact, most recently, we would have done one for a franchise expo that was right in Fort Lauderdale, and GBPA, along with the U.S. Embassy Nassau, we would have taken about 17 businesses from Grand Bahama, well, not taken, but we would have had the participation of about 17 companies from Grand Bahama that participated with us. It was a great show. Some good contacts were made. In fact, we were just meeting with a group out of Nassau last week that's looking to come and do some stuff here in Freeport because they've heard the buzz, and so that is what the Exposure Initiatives does, and we hope to be doing a lot of them in the coming year.
Okay, no, we have to wrap up soon, but
We do.
I
just wanted to know if Claudine had anything else before we.
Well, the business wellness check, we would have mentioned it earlier. To those persons that have not yet had an opportunity to engage with me, I can assure you that over the next course of the few months that we will have that opportunity. So know that when I come in peace.
But I wanted to really kind of break down what LaShawn is saying because people want to be clear, and I think it's the opportunity is
always there.
Is there. We don't want to miss that. The fact that she's saying that the Grand Bahama Port Authority, the business development segment, they're orchestrating, organizing these trips and putting the itinerary together and inviting businesses to join them.
With us,
And
right?
when they go, which means they're not just we're not going to put it together and just send you off. We're actually going to be there as well. We're going to be there. And so I think that's a great opportunity. And this is open to all of our licensees.
All licensees.
They just can fill in the information online. I'm sure it's on the website as well. And this is something that they can take part in. And I think that is one of the things you always talk about, if Grand Bahamians can open their minds and see different opportunities, because we've been talking about the investment. Everybody says we've been talking about it for so long, but there is so much opportunity available. Yes. So, by the way, is this wellness check also for older businesses?
Yes.
Every
Yes.
business.
Once you're a licensee, guarantee you over the course of the next few months, you will see me. And for our contact information, by all means, you can reach us at 350-9000. Just ask to be transferred to the business retention unit, and voila.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies, so much. We were so happy to have you here. We've learned a whole lot today. And I'm sure with the launch of this new program, things are going to go exceptionally well. And the licensees are really, really going to appreciate having you guys just kind of hold their hand. I think that's what they need most of the time. You need somebody to hold your hand, Alex?
Yes, you can hold my hand.
I can hold your hand and tell you don't say nothing. Let me go to commercial break. Thank you, ladies, again. Listen, guys, we just had a wonderful top segment speaking with the Business Development Department in Invest Grand Bahama, learning about the Business Retention Program. If you need any additional information, like Ms. Pinder said, give them a call, 350-9000. Or you can just pop in. I think she likes to see people. Maybe you can pop in on her and have a quick visit and get some information to see how she can help you as a licensee. And if you're watching, you're not a licensee, but you are interested, you have an opportunity to be able to reach out to them as well. Now, we have so much more coming up on this show right now. We're getting ready to go into our business segment. This is Alex's segment. What's the most important part, Alex?
All of it is free.
It's free.
All of it is free.
She loves free things.
Free things.
And she would have asked our guest who just came in the door not too long ago if he brought her some free food because she's hungry today too. But we'll see. He did bring some wonderful gifts, and we appreciate that, and we're going to showcase them in a moment. So we'll be right back right after this.
So one of the key messages that we promote during this season is to be prepared. Preparation is key. And so preparation for us means, one, the residents should, know their legal description, know where they're situated, their premises, so that after a storm event, particularly if permits are needed, once they come into the Building and Development Services Department with that knowledge of their address, we can better assist them. We also want to encourage our residents to ensure that they have the proper documentation. It's not too early to ensure that you have property plans as well as your conveyance documents and anything related to your ownership, and that these are secured and retrievable after a storm event, because again, that speeds up the time when we can assist you and respond to your needs.
We are working diligently to secure our city and help residents prepare. We remain here with you and for you as we plan and prepare together.
DW's is a salon for women that are very interested in having their hair cared for. We cater to hair care specifically, and we do a lot of coloring services. We do relaxers, haircuts, and like I said, hair care is most important to us. I think I'm known for giving exciting colors and for taking very good care of women's hair. A lot of times women go and they have certain services done like braiding and weaving, and a lot of times that contributes to breakage. That would cause them to have to come in to get special treatments done to try to restore the hair. We also offer color services. We use Redken colors, matrix, and rust colors on our clients, and we use a lot of the professional products to make sure that we give optimum care. Our telephone numbers are 352-5933, or my cell is 357-5333.
My name is Javon Butler. I'm the Chief Sales Officer for GBPA Bahamas Limited, trading as Canoe. And we provide an ecosystem that allows all of our merchants and users to transact digital payments throughout the length and breadth of the Bahamas. Our platform started off with an app, but also has other components that have taken off, including API integration. We have a invoicing feature where you're able to bill clients and have an embedded link in that email so that that client can pay at that present time. We also have strong marketing components in the app itself that the merchants can take advantage and move into this e-commerce platform.
We have used Canoe as a customer. We utilized it for a lot of health visa applications we were making. It made it very easy for us. Really our goal sort of lining up is we do believe that this is the way of the future. Cash is becoming more and more difficult to trade in. Checks are becoming a thing of the past. With Canoe Pays, everyone has a phone with them all the time, so it becomes very simple.
We're here in Grand Bahama. We are a Grand Bahamian company, and we encourage all Grand Bahamian businesses to visit our website, www.canoepays.com, or you may send a simple email to sales@canoepays.com for further information.
We're back here on Focus Forward having a wonderful day today. We met with the Invest Grand Bahama unit and we talked about the business retention launch program. And so now we are in our business segment.
The best segment.
Yes.
Because we talk to small businesses.
Yes.
And big businesses.
Right.
But businesses.
And businesses located where?
In the city of Freeport.
Good. I thought you were going to say downtown. I was wondering.
She done pinched me like twice, like there's more than just downtown, in all of Freeport,
I believe if you leave it up to Alex, Freeport will just be named downtown.
Wow.
But we'll see how things go. We'll see how things go.
No, but we had a great half a show. If you missed it, you need to go ahead and watch it again. The Business Retention Program is helping businesses to survive and thrive in Grand Bahama. And it's not focused on business that are just struggling, but also focused on businesses that are doing well. And they're about elevating, connecting, collaborating, and being a success. Because what does LaShawn say? The businesses have to be successful so the GBPA can be successful.
Right.
Did I do that well?
You did that so well. You did that so well. I like how being a GBPA licensee comes with its benefits. People always say, why do you go there to get a license, and why? The question is, why not?
Why not?
When you think about all of these things that you do get and which you can tap into, right? Which you can tap into. So if you are a licensee and you're not using all of your benefits, this is your opportunity to call over to Invest Grand Bahama today and tell them, hey, let me know what my benefits are, what can I get, and find out about this business retention program. Because I believe these are some really, really good things that can help our licensees. It's not easy out there, don't you know that?
And I agree. I know one thing that heard to my mind is the payment plan for the license. The invite to go to these trade shows, because sometimes you don't even know.
Right.
You don't even know. And so with the wellness check, they can say, you know what? We have a trade show coming up that we're attending. We think your business would benefit from it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's go.
That's good. And the training and the seminars and all of these things. And speaking about training and seminars, we definitely want to get into this segment right now because lots of good things are happening here within the city of Freeport. And this particular licensee, I'm not afraid to say it, this licensee didn't come to us. We went to them. Because I found something so amazing. When I was watching the news, and I saw a commercial and it started talking about the first annual Shift and Pivot Business of Beauty. I said, oh, it's a licensee. We want to talk to her. We want to talk to her. So certainly for the first time around, the Focus Forward Roundtable is certainly a delight to welcome the first licensee that we've extended an invitation to, and we're so happy that you received it from us, Ms. Q DeVoe from Convo Q Signature Innovations. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Show. It's good to have you.
That was such a demure answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, we haven't gotten started yet then. Just the one with the priming.
That's all. That's all.
It was very demure.
Very demure.
You were at the Renaissance Ball on Saturday. Hey,
so we haven't
still feeling a little bit of that Bridgerton stuff. Okay. So we'll move right along. And of course, the gentleman who said to us when he met us today, well, when he came in, he said, I watched the show, and I know you guys are always talking about free things. Okay. And he came and he brought us some wonderful gifts and these beautiful mugs, and we appreciate it so much. And we just want to welcome you, Mr. Jonathan Campbell from 5S Maintenance Cleaning Company. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
I like this round table today.
Let me tell you something. I'm always asking for the free things, but you know who gets the benefits?
Who, me?
See, this is what happens.
So after the show, my cup is going to disappear.
Are you right?
With the bag that Alex has next to her leg.
This just proves our point. It proves what Claudine LaShawn says, membership has its advantages.
It's privileges.
It's privileges. Yes. So, she gets a cup, even though I ask for the free things. Is there anything in the cup?
You leave it to
Well,
Alex.
I brought two, just in case.
She'll go with both of them. So, Mr. Vaughn, let's get started with you because I really want to hear more about this. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Okay, so most people know my name is Q DeVoe. I born, raised, they say Gadad and Gadad, born, raised, and Gadad. What do they say? Right there. Yeah. In Grand Bahama. I've been in the beauty industry for the past 25 years as a nail tech. Briefly, I relocated in June of 2019 to Nassau. But then I came back home last year, and so for the last 25 years, this is what I've been doing.
Because you can't stay away from the island?
No place like home.
Grand Bahama is
Say it again louder.
No place like home.
Grand Bahama home.
Yeah, downtown Grand Bahama.
Okay.
I had to slip the downtown in there.
So you know, okay?
I love it. I love
everyone paying attention. Continue, Q.
Yeah, so for 25 years now, I've been in the beauty industry, and it's just been for the last 10 years, just evolving from just one thing to the next, from behind the table, educating, consultation, mentorship. So yeah, that's me back home and ready to rock and roll.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
And then when we hear about this first annual Shift and Pivot Business of Beauty Conference, that's definitely, next level, very different, away from being behind the table. Tell us about that conference.
Well, the Shift and Pivot, it's very much so for this time necessary, since COVID really, so much people have come into the industry, the beauty industry that is, just trying to figure out, okay, how do I hustle entrepreneurship, working for myself? And the beauty industry in itself has grown, a lot. But however, in that growth, a lot of people are just so focused on how to and what to charge. Right? Not really focusing on the back end of the business, how important marketing and branding is, financing, managing money, customer service and communication. I find that in our industry, you find that people are very good, but they are lacking, the demure as far as customer service and communication.
Yes.
And so
they need to go to the My Grand Bahama program.
Yeah, that part right there. And so we decided, especially with me being in the industry for 25 years, I realized how important, especially traveling, there are only a couple of places in the corner of the world that I haven't been as yet, but traveling for the purpose of my profession, I realized how important it is to be well educated as far as the back end is concerned. And so I just thought it important to share the knowledge that I have with others.
So I like this. So what you want to say is, okay, we can do this. We can do the nails. We can do the lashes. We can do the makeup. But listen, as great as you are in doing that, if you are not successful in the running of the business itself, you'll never expand from just there.
No, there's no growth.
And I like that's what I'm hearing you say, that I've seen this. I've seen the success. I've seen the skill. I've seen the way, my fellow beauticians or stylists are able to do, but they're not succeeding, they're not growing. No. And I like that you have this event to tell them how important it is. And I do understand that you did have a conversation on Zoom or something recently, and I heard some people talking about it like, I never thought about the business aspect. I never thought, people just think, okay, you get a place downtown, pay your rent, pay your license fees, and you do this. And you just take that money, put it in your pocket, and go live your life.
No, it's
No,
so
you
much more.
can't.
No, it's so
You
much
go out to the
more.
Red Cross ball,
No.
and you
No.
do it by yourself. But no.
No, it's so much more than that. Like I always say, the beauty industry, it is a very lucrative business. I mean, I think we're up to in the billions as far as what we bring in, right? And here in the Bahamas, we have some very talented people.
Yes.
But like myself, like I said, the last 10 years evolving, I just find that when I sit around certain tables, I wasn't prepared, right? I was just knowledgeable as far as the practical is concerned. But when it comes to the business insights and knowing numbers and, okay, you tell, what is your niche? Where is your market? I was like, my market, and who called me? And they was like... They was like, no, yeah, if you go to target practice, you have a target that you have to hit. Right. And so I just realized how important that was. And like I said, just being connected to people and growing over the last 10 years, I was like, you know what, this is something to share.
So can you tell us, now that you've identified those needs, because you know them from experience, and now you want to be able to put this conference to the table in person, so have an opportunity to come and learn, how did you plan to put that together to ensure that you are now meeting the needs? Who are some of the persons that will be presenting?
Well, some of the persons I've had 1, 2 out of the 4 presenters that we have, I have relationships with 3. It was just one, which is Deborah Pratt, who's dealing with customer service and communications, who I'm getting to know. However, I heard so much about her in terms of her presentation and her delivery and what she has to offer. So just out of having relationships with the other 3 persons, which is Corel Pinder, that is dealing with marketing and branding. Carissa Stubbs, she's also my IT person, my digital person, that deals with all the website and our digital work and virtual learning. That's Carissa Stubbs, who will be dealing with digital enhancement. Advancement. And then there is Kaylee Newton, the money maven, who I've dealt with over the past couple of years as far as financing, managing, and getting that bag secured.
So this is going to be an in-person event.
No, it's actually a virtual event.
Virtual event.
So we were slated to have it in person, but however, just because we wanted to reach so much more people throughout the Bahamas, we decided that we would put it on virtual. So it's a virtual event, 3 hours, November 4th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we'll be streaming on Zoom, and so anyone can watch. And as far as just the purchasing of tickets, you can go to convoqsignature.com. That's CONVOQSIGNATURE.com, and purchase your tickets, or you can just call 439-3044.
Okay.
Did you write it down so remember?
439, hold on.
3044.
3044. I'm here. I'm trying to get it.
Don't miss it. Don't miss a beat. Don't miss a beat.
Don't miss it. Don't
right.
miss it. So, Mr. Vo, we're going to come right back to you, but we want to get Mr. Campbell in the conversation so we can talk about 5S Maintenance and Cleaning Company. Mr. Campbell, I believe you've been in the market here in Freeport for quite some time, been doing some good business. So tell us about a little bit about yourself, and then give us a little history on your company.
Well, originally, I'm from Nassau. I don't know where I'm going to die, but...
But you're in Grand Bahama, that's all that
I'm in Grand Bahama, and I'm not even downtown. I'm in Grand Bahama. So, yeah, I came from Nassau about 40-some years ago.
You're Grand Bahamian.
And I'm Grand, yeah, my mother told me that. She said, anywhere you've been longer than your navel string buried, you've switched. So, I'm Grand Bahamian.
Yes.
Grand Bahama. 5S Maintenance Services got started about 11, 12 years ago. I just want to give a little
Context.
a little history. I was working when I came to Grand Bahama at Franklin Chemicals back in the day. A lot of you don't know about that.
I know, long time.
And I was staying at an apartment building, and my uncle had invited me to give up my apartment and move by him. I heard all of this fear that you would not get your money back based on how you leave the apartment. So I told them I was leaving, and I cleaned up the apartment, totally cleaned it up and everything. The gentleman at that time was a manager at Bellevue. And so I had no car. I walked to Bellevue to pick up my deposit. And he said, "Oh, Mr. Campbell, I'm so sorry." There was no cell phone around back then. He said, "My wife has the money and you need to go." I rolled my eyes. I was like, "You can't be serious," because I walked from town to Bellevue. Now I have to walk back from Bellevue in town, catch a bus to Carville Beach. Got the bus to the bazaar, walked to Carville Beach. I'm pouring sweat. I was like, why this woman hold on my money? She's just trying to control this money. And it was my first time meeting her. She was an American, and I'd spoken to her several times over the phone dealing with certain issues. And she said, I went into the door and she said, "Oh, Mr. Campbell, I apologize for having you walk up and down." I think her husband, he had called her when I was there. She said, "I apologize." She said, "But I just wanted to meet the person who left my place cleaner than I give it to them."
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I stood there and like all the sweat dry up, everything, all the anger and everything just left my body. And then she said, "What do you do?" So I'm feeling so proud. I said, "I work at Franklin Chemicals." She said, "If you're not in the cleaning business, you're wasting your time."
Wow.
I got my money and I walk out of there, and I tell you no lie, I walk out of there and I was like, she got to be talking craziness. I must go clean. After 5S got established, I tried my best to find her because she had given me a sure word. She said, how I left her apartment, if I'm not doing that as a business, I'm wasting my time. So I'm not wasting my time anymore. 5S. And so many times persons, when I said 5S, they say 5-star. But if you look at the cup, it's 5 S's. So it's sort, set, shine, standardize, sustain. And that's what we do.
So what are some of the services? Tell us specifically, if you can just kind of give us a listing of some of the services that you offer so that persons will know.
Well, I use this joke and I tell persons we do everything. I tell Alex, I say, we'll do your hair. But we do we do janitorial services, office cleaning, restaurant cleaning, glass cleaning, emergency cleaning, painting, carpet cleaning. We do basically everything. We do a lot of kitchens. We deep clean kitchens. Whatever your need is, we'll make it happen. Whatever your need is concerning cleaning, we'll make it happen.
So a busted pipe and water's everywhere. You're going to come clean that up.
We come and clean that up.
What if I
So
call
no job is too small.
No job is too small.
Okay.
What about those emergency jobs, like 10 o'clock at night?
10 o'clock at night, we'll be to your house. I've had 2 weeks ago, just like you said, someone had a busted water heater, and the water was coming out of their condo, dripping downstairs.
Oh, wow.
And I got my crew. We got there, and the lady was like, I said, okay, when we were finished, I said, I'll do up an invoice. And she said, Mr. Campbell, invoice? How much I have for you? She said, you saw the mess what came here? She said, I don't need no invoice. Just let me pay you.
So you're cleaning anything, businesses, residential, private, emergencies,
Yes,
it all is
we
done?
do.
Okay.
And that's inside and outside.
Inside and outside.
You're cleaning windows,
Clean windows.
pulling out my stove.
Pulling out your stuff. Oh, we do we don't just do cleaning, we do detail cleaning. And, we've had a lot of issues with maids because person has called us to come and do a detail cleaning, and when we finish, they let their maid go.
Oh, really?
Okay.
You're that good.
Because a maid, I really on television, but the maid is not going to go up there and clean your fans, clean your lights, pull out your fridge, pull out your stove, get behind all of that. When persons see work like that, it transforms them. I would want that in my house if I didn't have it already.
That's right.
And so they some of the stuff we deal with. We clean everything.
So you sort, set,
Shine,
shine, standardize, and sustain.
Yes.
Now, even though you're not downtown, where can they find you? Since they can't just come downtown and buy that sign.
It's number 3 Oak Street.
Oak Street.
We through the corner with Jamaica Bahama Imports, B&B Galaxy, all the good companies through Oak Street.
And if they wanted to reach you by phone, because they're watching right now, and trust me, they're sitting
They might
home
wanna call.
right now. They want to call you right now. How can
What's
they
that
reach
contact number?
727-4786 or 602-0172.
Let's hand us that card right here. Let's hand us that card, Glendia, so we have it right here. so we know.
727-4786. And you can find him on number 3 Oak Street. And of course, we also want to kind of go back really quickly because I know I'm getting the signal now. November 4th, first annual Shift and Pivot Business of Beauty Conference happening. It's going to be on Zoom, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's 3 hours, and you can go ahead and secure your tickets. You can call 439-3044, or you can go to Convo Q Signature.com so that you can be a part of it all. Can we just get some final brief thoughts, your last 20 seconds or so? What do you want persons to know about your event, and why should they come?
Well, the event is definitely something that they need. It's not a want, it's a need, because at the end of the day, nobody just wants to stay stagnant. Everybody wants to grow. And I think that growth happens when you have knowledge. I am biblical, so the Bible says for lack of knowledge, the people will perish. And so for us to flourish and to live in abundance, we need that knowledge, not just the skill, but the knowledge to go with it. So I encourage everyone to be in attendance.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So we just want to make sure that you support our local licensees and our businesses. Mr. Campbell, final thoughts from you?
I was listening to the first half of the show, and I had 1 or 2 questions for the 2 ladies who were here, but that's okay.
You can call them. You can call them.
No, I just want to say that I've benefited from that. I've benefited with a grant, and a bit benefited by the. They did a commercial for my company that was actually on thing. So I just want to put that in, because sometimes we can sit there and say, yeah, we do it.
But
and
we
we be
hear
like,
from a business
You are
right,
living proof.
I'm living proof
We need to
that
clip
they
this
have
out,
helped
Snap
me.
this, make a TikTok.
That, and I got the commercial. I still play it, and it was no cost. They were all free.
Wonderful.
And I got the training, and I got the grant. So
Okay.
thank God that I am here. Because I'm still here because of the port initiative. So I just wanted to put that.
His privileges.
Yes.
I love that.
You don't know
I love
what
that.
you did to her this morning.
Thank you guys so much for being on the show today. I know the time goes by really, really quickly.
So fast.
But make sure that you share the show with everyone. Let them know that you're a licensee with the privileges.
Right.
And let them know that you are now changing and helping this beauty industry to evolve. So make sure you share the show. And of course, the invitation remains open for you to come back to Focus Forward.
Yes.
Tell us about what you're doing, and we
be
definitely
back.
want to see you again. All right, guys, thank you so much. So much on the show today. We're so excited. Of course, you want to be a part of all of these great things that's happening with our licensees. Make sure support them. They are people too. They have families. They have dreams the same way you do. They're just doing what they have to do to live it out, make it happen. You support them, and then when you do something, hey, they could support you. Alex probably will be there. Alex will always, she'll always come out. Alex is everywhere.
I'm already planning.
I had a Focus Forward viewer who said to me last week, they said, hey, how you doing? I said, oh, fine. They said, oh, nice to meet you. I said, nice to meet you too. What's your name? They gave me their name. I said, where's Alex? I said, I don't know.
Because we're a pair, 2 peas in the
I
pod.
don't know. We don't go to the grocery store together.
You can't do anything without me. But of course, I'm already planning November 4th. Going to be online.
November 4th, you're going to be online
And then
on
I'm going to
Zoom.
call 5S to clean while I'm online.
Absolutely. You can do all of that. Let's support our local businesses. They are the bedrock of our economy. Make sure you like and support us on our Facebook page, and also watch us on YouTube. These shows are also on YouTube. If you've missed anything or you want to catch up on some things that would have been happening, you can also watch us on YouTube. Alex, great show today.
That's it. You forgot like, click, and share.
Like, click, and share.
Yes.
And on YouTube,
Yes. That's it. Like, click, and
like and subscribe.
share. Subscribe. That's
Yes.
it. We need to get our
Yes.
subscribers up. Yes, but it was a fantastic show today.
It was. It
Yes.
was.
You didn't have any food
Lots
for me,
of
but
good
it's okay.
information.
That's an invitation for a
Well, you have a
licensee.
cup now. You can go and buy yourself something to drink.
Get
If you
some
can.
tea or something.
Put it inside there. Compliments of 5S maintenance. Thank you for inviting us into your businesses and your homes. Grand Bahama's Best Talk Show. We are here for you all the time. And until next time, I'm Glendia Sweeting.
And I'm Alex Thompson.
And we're informing you on the positive things that happen when you focus forward.
You've been listening to Focus Forward, sponsored by Invest Grand Bahama. Like us on Facebook at Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau to stay updated. And drop a business card at the Grand Bahama Port Authority receptionist desk to have your business featured on our show. Tune in next Thursday,
Same time.
same place,
For Focus Forward.